Okay, guys, so here is your science lesson for today. After we go through these lesson for today, then you'll go ahead and go to Schoology and complete your science assignment. So we're talking about the grassland prairie ecosystem. We're in the Central Plains, the North Central Plains. Last week we talked about major cities. Today we're going to talk about the ecosystems that live there. So what kind of animals live there? What kind of trees and plants and wildlife grow there? So we're going to be looking through all of this and seeing how they work together. The animals eat the other animals, and they eat the plants, and they eat the grass, and all of those things. We're going to explore how structures and functions enable organisms to survive in their environment. So what are ecosystems? An ecosystem is all living and non-living things in an environment and the many ways that they interact. So one animal might eat another animal, and then they might live off the plants, and they might eat this part of the tree, and then another animal eats this part. That's how they all work together. So prairie dogs and hawks, they live in the same ecosystem, right? They're living here together. The prairie dogs are one of the favorite foods of a hawk. So the hawk actually eats the prairie dog, and that's just part of their ecosystem. There are several different kinds of ecosystems. Our main focus is going to be the grasslands. So we'll be diving deeper into the grassland prairie ecosystem this week. There's also tundra. You can see the tundra located up here. This is the United States. This is way up north above the United States. The rainforest, deserts, the grassland where we're focusing on, and then the wetlands. Grassland prairie ecosystem. A grassland prairie is an ecosystem with flat and rolling lands covered in grasses. Not the kind in your front yard. It's the kind of grass that's really tall, really thick. You can see it right here. It's different than the grass that's growing in your front yard. Each organism in the ecosystem has a specific role and adaptations that allow it to survive in the grassland prairie. So these animals have kind of adapted, changed the way they live. Some over many of years, their body has changed, their skin, their fur, they kind of adapt and change to fit their environment so they can live more happily in their environment. Here's some plants and animals in the grasslands. Some examples of plants in the grassland prairie are different types of grasses, shrubs, and small flowering plants. So if you see here, grasses, shrubs, little plants that grow there. Some examples of animals in the grassland prairie are prairie dogs, grasshoppers, bison, and various birds. So here's our prairie dog, little grasshoppers, and then here's bison, and then lots of birds. Those are the kind of animals you're going to see in the grasslands. Deep roots to find water allows these plants in the prairie to survive wildfires. It's a pretty dry place and lots of grass where wildfires can start. So these plants have adapted and they have deep roots that lets the roots can find water so the plants can survive. The prairie plants have structures including colorful flowers that help them survive in their environment and attract pollinators. Here's the cute little prairie dog. He uses his tough claws to build burrows to hide from predators. The hooves of a bison help it survive in the prairie environment by allowing it to walk or run on uneven ground. And then the white-tailed jackrabbits have large ears, and this helps them release body heat and cool down in the warm temperatures. So all of these animals, even their body has kind of changed over time. The prairie dog has claws. The bison has hooves, and the white-tailed jackrabbit has large ears. They've changed their body type, or their body has adapted to make it easier for them to live in their ecosystem. So that's how animals adapt to where they're living. We kind of adapt, when we're here, we don't need like coats and ski boots. But if you went to Colorado when it's snowing, you might adapt what you're wearing and change into something else. That's kind of how these animals do, but their bodies actually adapt. All right, so your Schoology assignment, you're going to go to Schoology, Science, it's in your Science folder. So go down to Science, week of February 1st, and it's in Monday. It's already open for you. Ecosystems and adaptations. You're going to look at these two ecosystems. We have the grassland prairie and the rainforest. You're going to look through these, the strong legs on a jackrabbit to escape coyotes and foxes. Is that the kind of thing that would be happening here in the grasslands or something that would happen in the rainforest? Well, we heard in our slides, jackrabbits are known to be in the grassland, so I'm going to choose grassland. Green skin on a lizard to help blend in with the leaves. Look at these two ecosystems. Does it look like the rainforest would have more leaves and lizards or the grassland prairie? What do you think? You'll choose one, okay? So you're going to go down this list and choose. Are they grassland prairie adaptations, or do you think they're more something that would happen in the rainforest? You'll turn that in. You have 2 attempts. If you don't get a 70 on your first attempt, you need to take it again. So you have 2 tries to take it again. It'll show you which ones you got wrong. When you're finished with this assignment, in this video, you will have music at 10:10. No, music at 9:20. Go to your music tile and then make sure you're back at 10:10 to join Mrs. Uresti's Zoom link. Math will be at 10:10 with Mrs. Uresti. Don't be late.